Emotions can often feel overwhelming, like a storm that sweeps us away. However, learning to control them is essential for inner peace and clarity. A Zen story offers profound wisdom on mastering our emotions. Once, a young man visited a Zen master, frustrated with his inability to control his anger. "Master," he said, "my anger consumes me and hurts those around me. How can I conquer it?" The master replied with a calm smile, "Come with me." He led the young man to a serene riverbank and handed him an empty cup. "Fill this cup with water from the river," the master instructed. The man obeyed and filled the cup. Next, the master took a handful of salt and sprinkled it into the water. "Now, drink," he said. The young man took a sip and immediately spat it out. "It's bitter," he exclaimed. The master nodded knowingly. "Now watch." He walked to the edge of the river and tossed in a handful of salt. Turning to the young man, he said, "Drink from the river now." The man cupped his hands and drank. This time, the water was cool, fresh, and pure. The salt had dissolved into the vastness of the river, leaving no trace of bitterness. The master looked at him and said, "Anger, frustration, and pain are like the salt. Their intensity is the same, but their effect on you depends on the container in which you hold them. When your mind is like this cup, small and narrow, the salt overwhelms it. But when your mind is like the river, expansive and accepting, the salt becomes insignificant." The young man stared at the river, absorbing the lesson. He realized that controlling his emotions was not about suppressing or eliminating them but about broadening his perspective and embracing life's challenges with a calm and open mind. This story teaches us that emotions are natural, but their impact depends on how we handle them. By cultivating a spacious mind, through practices like meditation, mindfulness, or self-reflection, we can transform our reactions. Instead of being controlled by emotions, we learn to flow with them, just as the river flows effortlessly, no matter what is added to it. So, when emotions rise, remember, be the river, not the cup.